Beautiful winter's day in Sydney's west, and we're ready to go. Coincide drawn the fence is the first race favourite. Out to $3 now. They're off and racing. Coincide jumped well off the inside. And now wide out was fast into stride, and Bojangles going forward. Getty's going forward as well. They're followed just behind the speed, then to Star Diesel, followed by Undivided, then came NCAP. And now is drifting back in the field. Just in front of it, Star Diesel firing up. Then came Prairie Legend, and Nowhere to Rum is back last of all. Coincide, the favourite, goes to the front now from Getty. Bojangles out wide, followed by Undivided on the inside of Northern Eyes, then Star Diesel 3 out. Further back to NCAP on the outside of Prairie Legend, and now peeling 3 wide, and forget about Nowhere to Rum. Coincide of the 400 metres shows the way from Getty. Undivided under a vigorous ride, then came Bojangles as they straighten up. Coincide beat off Getty, then came Bojangles. Undivided the rails, and now getting to the outside, making nice headway. It's Coincide inside the 200. Undivided's running on powerfully on the inside. Undivided went up the inside, took the lead, and draws clear from the fast finishing NCAP, who absolutely thundered home. Photo third, Coincide and Bojangles, and now peaked on the run. Further back to Prairie Legend from Star Diesel, Northern Eyes, and Getty weakened right out of it.
It's ended up mighty close. In the end, you saw that horse flooding home down the outside, that being NCAP, but I dare say the inside, it will hold on. Undivided for Michael Freedman, Tom Sherry with a peach of a ride, and will get home by half a head or so. As for the minors, it's relatively tight. Coinciders there, just popped that little bit late, and I thought the run of Bojangles, with no luck, having faced the breeze up on speed 3 deep, was brilliant. The 6 an hour, a horse to follow now, no doubt. Very green in the straight, and again jumped well enough, had to drop back from that wide gate and just peaked on the run. But all credit to the winner, Undivided, on debut.
Yep, it was a brilliant effort from him. His trials leading into this suggested that he would be ready to go first up. He was always going to land in a brilliant spot just in behind them, and didn't have to leave the rails, and he was able to get the job done. I thought NCAP was brilliant, flashing down the outside, a couple more hops, and he probably gets to the verdict there. He had to get a lot further back than we anticipated. I thought he'd be up on the speed there, but he got back and he really rattled to the line late. Bojangles, as Ben touched on, just couldn't get in from the tricky draw there, so he's one to follow for sure. And Coincide, I don't really know what to make of him. He led. I thought he travelled comfortably. I don't know, maybe he just wants 1,000 metres. I don't know what to make of him. I thought he was a bit disappointing, to be honest. 11-4, 2 and 1, but all honours with this debutant from the Michael Freedman stable, Ben.
Yeah, I'll look to have a chat to Sophie Johnson representing the Michael Freedman stable as soon as we get a chance, but I dare say she's a touch occupied at the moment. But just on the winner, a two-time listed winner in Usmanov, who I'm sure a few of our viewers would be aware of, a $240,000 buy by Derby Racing at the 2022 Magic Millions Gold Coast yearling sale, and they've got a little bit back there. The 2-year-old daughter of Rubik has proven too good. While a few maybe had their convictions, maybe a bit of luck go against, Undivided certainly didn't have any of that, and he was very impressive on debut there. You must be happy with the run.
Extremely happy, and very happy with the ride as well. Tom gave him all the support that he needed just to get down on the inside rail there and stick his little bold nose out on time, so it was perfect.
Has he shown a bit of promise at home?
Yeah, look, he has. That last trial that he had, he certainly showed that the penny was dropping a little bit more for him. He's always been sharp and forward out of the gates, and we just wanted to bring him here today and give him a nice experience, and he's certainly ticked all the boxes. He's
had a nice experience, and so have you. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Sophie and the Michael Freedman team, and Tom Sherry with a beautiful ride. Fantastic little bit of work there from barrier 3. Gave it every chance. Ali?
He certainly did. Well done, Tom. We were just saying that you got him in a really nice spot.
Yeah, it helps when we draw a nice barrier, but the speed was good. We got in a lovely rhythm. He does a lot of things right for a horse having his first ever start. He accelerated through that gap up the rail, and he was just coasting late when he hit the front, but I felt as though I had a lot more horse left. He'd be a nice horse going forward.
Certainly a progressive horse. Do you think he'll get out over further?
He will, for sure. He does a lot of things right, puts himself there, and he was happy to come back today underneath me, and he'll only improve as the preparation goes on.
Well done. Good to have a winner on the board.
Thank you.
Racing for the first time, She Has Attitude, and the light is on. We're ready to go. The filly's maiden, Steffi just a little bit restless there in the inside stall. Set now. Racing, Steffi Magnetica jumped out with them. She Has Attitude jumped okay, but Love and Light showing very good muster. And Love and Light has the head in front early from Sky Artist and Lady Bollinger handy, followed by Steffi Magnetica improving on the inside of Queen Bess, and French Endeavour is slicing through the pack now at the 800 metres. 2 lengths away to Mandalong Princess, followed by Russian Showgirl and Say Soiree La getting up the inside. Madiquin back in the field, one off the fence on the outside of Mandalong Stars. She Has Attitude and Media Frenzy are the last two. Love and Light, the second favourite, shows the way for Bayless, a half in front to Sky Artist. Then came Steffi Magnetica, French Endeavour. So all the main players in the betting of the first 4 turning for home. Love and Light is the front runner. French Endeavour pulls out on the outside, getting past Sky Artist. Then came Steffi Magnetica as a bit one pace. Love and Light at the 200. A narrow leader from French Endeavour is knuckling down to the task. Love and Light in French Endeavour in a great tussle here. French Endeavour strides up on the outside, puts the head in front, and French Endeavour wore down Love and Light with Steffi Magnetica third. They absolutely panelled the rest. Good gap back to maybe Lady Bollinger getting up to run fourth, followed by Say Soiree La back in the field from Media Frenzy, Queen Bess, She Has Attitude, Russian Showgirl, then the Mandalong Stars and Princess.
As much as $8 bet, closes $4.10 on the local tote. French Endeavour for Maddie Smith put the writing on the wall with that debut run against bases loaded, back from a break and back with a bang. Love and Light was brave up on speed. Steffi Magnetica had every chance in behind the leader and just found a couple too good, and Lady Bollinger a distant fourth. But I reckon that leading trio, Shani, are 3 horses to follow.
And most definitely, and if you got the $8.50 about her last night, good on you. She really firmed. The money was all for her this morning, and she was able to capitalise off a really good debut performance last preparation. So she'll only improve off that. Thought Love and Light was brilliant. She was game. She took a bit of running down. French Endeavour really had to knuckle to the task to beat her on the line. And so she was brilliant there. Back in third spot, Steffi Magnetica. She had every possible chance. And Lady Bollinger, good to see her improve off what she did from her debut performance down in Melbourne. Menican just got too far back, and her run was okay without having a shining light on it. Sky Artist, she put herself in a good spot, but she just couldn't capitalise on that. So all honours with French Endeavour. She looks like she's back and she might have a future, Ben.
Amy Burke is here for the Maddie Smith team, and they'll be absolutely tickled pink with that return. The promise was there off the debut run, but that was brilliant to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, her run last preparation was brilliant. The form around it was quite strong as well. A few stakes performers, nice couple of winners came out of that race. Trials back this time in were good and presented really well here today. Great ride by Dylan. I mean, he's just on fire at the moment. But yeah, really nice filly to look forward to.
Extends his lead to 2 in the Apprentice's title now, so that one's going to go down to the wire. Where do you think we're going to see her progress throughout the latter part of the winter and the early part of the spring?
Well, that's it. Look, she's going to be 3 in 2 weeks' time, which is always very exciting heading into the spring with a nice 3-year-old like that, lightly raced, and plenty of upside. It's great for Mr. Mapp of Hobartville Stud. He's got one to look forward to there, and they'll have a bit of fun for sure.
They certainly will. I hope they had some fun today. Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
What a return that is. Fantastic result. Ali, from the yard, did she sort of jump off the page?
Yeah, she certainly did. I thought she'd really furnished, I think, since I saw her last preparation, and that's the biggest thing that you like to see when they come back in nice order as they get into the latter part of their 2-year-old career. They're not far off being 3-year-olds, and she looks like she's going to be a really handy filly over the spring as we head into there. I'm really keen to see what Dylan made of her resuming today.
Yeah, she's a little ripper. Copped a bit of a bump out of the gates, and I was a bit worried I wouldn't get too far back, but when I got that 1-1, I was very confident. I just needed a bit of clear air, and I was a bit worried when I said go. You know, gays are hard to catch, but look, my filly dug deep and it's a very dominant win in the end.
Lots of upside too.
Yeah, definitely. She's still a little bit hairy and probably hasn't fully furnished yet either, so it's quite exciting what she's done so early on in her career, and with a lot more improvement to come.
One to watch.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
a $7 chance. So very open betting race here for our staying race of the day, and they're just about ready to go. Gates are back, off and racing. Venetian Blue anticipated the start brilliantly and lands in the lead. Socrates is right up on the outside of it, and Okataina as well. Okataina's pressing on, and Hieronymus is going to take the lead by the looks of it, and Venetian Blue might just hand up here. It does. Socrates moves up on the outside into third position now, followed by Yak on the inside of Segoy Legend. Further back then to the very well fancied Jam Rock, who's back down on the rails from Tudor Prince, and Really Serious, who drew the outside barriers, caught 3 wide at the moment at the mile mark. Dark Curry and Back to Man, the two Nathan Door runners, keeping each other company at the tail of the field. Well, going pretty quickly in the lead now, Okataina, and opens up with a 5 or 6 length lead on the stablemate Venetian Blue. A length and a half then to Socrates, followed by Yak travelling in 4th spot on the inside of Segoy Legend. Now, Real Serious still on a 3 wide path, can't get in at the moment, with Jamrock improving along the rails, and wedged between them is Tudor Prince, and the last two, Dark Curry on the outside of Back to Man. So to the far side of the course, and Okataina is a dominant leader. It's Okataina out by 3 or 4 lengths on Socrates, just shading Venetian Blue at this point. Then came Segoy Legend, one off the fence with the trail on the outside of Yak. Further back to Really Serious, who's content with sitting 3 wide the entire race now. On the outside of Tudor Prince. Then came the well-fancied Jam Rock, who's still third last position. Dark Curry and Back to Man are the last two. Okataina coming back to them now, and Okataina leads the way by a length on Socrates. Then came Segoy Legend, stoked up, trying to keep up. Venetian Blue still travels well inside the 600 metres. So it's Okataina in front. By a length now to Socrates, has come off the bridle. Venetian Blue's going to take advantage of that and comes off the fence. So the stablemates are having a war at the 400 metres. Okataina in front, turning for home from Venetian Blue. Clear now from Socrates. And then came Jam Rock, is about 3 off the lead, trying to make ground. It's Venetian Blue up on the outside of Okataina. Venetian Blue ahead in front to Okataina. They're well clear from the rest. Venetian Blue really being shoved along. Okataina trying to fight back. Venetian Blue ahead in front, holding that margin. And Venetian Blue just beat Okataina. A good gap back to Segoy Legend third, followed then by Jam Rock and Socrates. Back to Man. A gap in the field back to Dark Curry from Tudor Prince. Really Serious did it pretty tough. And Yak in the Dragon Silks there just about got the wooden spoon. It might have beat one home.
Wasn't that a slogging go, but it was Venetian Blue who had the job of dragging the entire field up towards the tearaway leader in Okataina that's managed to prove a bit too strong late. Okataina was as brave as the day is long. Segoy Legend in for third, the 9, and it's a very tight go between the 6 and the 5 in for that 4th spot. Jamrock and Socrates. Up until the line, I thought that it would be Jamrock that would occupy that 4th spot, but the other horses just put a bob in on the line. But as for the 10, Venetian Blue, fantastic win. Tim Clark for Waterhouse and Bott. Career victory number 2 for the daughter of Merchant Navy.
Yeah, there's no doubts about her having enough for the preparation. She's had a pretty tough one at that, been up to Brisbane and back and whatnot, and out to 2,130 metres for the first time, and she needed every part of it to get past a very gallant Okataina. So all odds with her. She's recorded her 2nd win from 10 starts. She's only a lightly raced stayer, and I think she might have a nice future. Okataina, he was brave. He ran along at a solid clip there, and he was still fighting out the finish. So kudos to him. Segoy Legend ran on nicely into 3rd, and Jam Rock has finished in 4th spot there. I can't really make a case for the rest of them. Really Serious. She was caught a bit deep there, so her run, that was told on her with the wide run. But apart from that, no excuses. All honours with Venetian Blue, Ben.
It works either of two ways, doesn't it? When you go relatively hard in front, and we'll need to see the time breakdown to analyse it thoroughly, but you either bring the rest into it and they steam over the top, or you completely run them off their feet. And that's exactly what's happened here. Okataina was so strong and has been able to tow Venetian Blue into the race, who just proved that little bit superior late. But the rest of them have just been gapped. Segoy Legend in for 3rd was good enough, and I mentioned that 4th spot, the 6 and the 5, a very tight go, but it was Jamrock who just got the beak down in time there, the 6. So numbers across the line, 10, 7, 9 and 6. Adrian Bott's just making his way along, and I think you make a really good point there, Shani, in terms of a preparation, starting off at the provincials, heading to town, heading up north, now back to the midweeks. This horse has done it all.
Yeah, she's been incredibly tough. You know, at any stage should have been willing to give her that break and that let up, but I must say say, she's just kept improving every bit of work that we've given her. So I'm glad she's been able to take that next step today.
She did have a bunny to chase. That said, there was a decent gap in behind the leader, so she's had to tow the rest up and has still proved superior there.
Yeah, look, she's obviously very, very fit at this point now. That sort of work and the travel and the amount of sort of racing that she's had. Yeah, I think she appreciated the drop back in class today, the better conditions, and she just got that nice sweet spot to travel in. She's not overly the biggest sort of filly, so I think that sort of suited her today.
She's done well. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations to Adrian Bott and Gay Waterhouse and Tim Clark. What a lethal combo they are.
Oh, you certainly are, Timmy, and she's tough.
Yeah, that was a really good performance from her. I guess some concerns are at the trip. She's further she's been up, but she was able to get into a nice rhythm. She relaxed really well and she showed good fight down the stretch to just get over the top of the stablemate.
Looked like Okatana was fighting back there, but did she have that will to win, to dig deep?
Yeah, he certainly was the inside horse. He gave me a real fight there up the straight, and fortunate enough my filly was able to just pull out a little bit more.
Well done.
Thank you.
And the light is on. Set to go. Race number 4. 1,000 metres. Gang, they're off. Kahawati missed the kick by a length or so. I Am Brazen jumped well together with Bubba's Bay sent forward on the outside. Bubba's Bay with the head in front from I Am Brazen, followed by Secret Revolution on the outside of Boss, and the well-fancied Pinnis is going to settle in 5th. It advanced through of Rifles, then came Narito from Kahawati, and a neck back on the inside. Courageous last of all. 600 metres to run, and Boss went through on the inside to take the lead from I Am Brazen. Out 3 wide Bubba's Bay, couldn't clear them. Narito starting a long wide run around the field. Pinnis being shoved along on the inside, followed by Secret Revolution, strung up a bit from Rifles as they straighten up. Boss swings in front by 2 or 3 lengths from Narito down the outside. Then came Bubba's Bay. Pinnis needs to pick up on the inside, but Boss is going well inside the 200 metres. Boss is a big leader from Bubba's Bay. Secret Revolution, then came Narito, but Boss for the money. Boss won it easily from Secret Revolution. Bubba's Bay in 3rd, followed by Pinnis, and then came further back to Croatia. Back on the outside, Kahawati making some minor headway from Narito. Then came Rifles from Croatia, and I Am Brazen was one of the last to finish.
11, 6, 9 and 10. Boss at $7.50 and $1.90 on the local tote gets the win. The pick of the yard salutes. Rachel King in the saddle. Secret Revolutions run on gamely there. Got out a touch too late. The bird had flown. Bubba's Bay didn't have too much luck. Stuck 3 deep up on speed, and the 10 Pinnis in for 4th, but a fair way back. Boss well supported and too good, Shani.
Yeah, well done, Ali, finding him. He did look well enough in the yard, and there was good support for him throughout the day, but he's been proven too good here, second up into the campaign. He's only a lightly raced galloper. That was start number 10, win number 3 and 1 minor placing. So he's got ability and he loves these 1,000-metre trips, and obviously he hasn't won over a little bit further, but he was far too good for Secret Revolution. Has run another honest race today. Bubba's Bay, she got caught a little bit deep. I don't think that really cost her, to be honest. It was a straight line, so she didn't have to cover too much extra ground. She's still going well, and in 4th spot was the 10. So nice effort there, but no excuses for the rest of them. I thought Boss was far too good for them, Ben.
Far too good. The son of Dawn approach. Adam Shaw with a big smile on his face. Second up from a break, and good improvement there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, he's just taking that next step from last preparation to this preparation. Kobe Jennings, who would have been on the horse today if he had his weight, each trial he trialled him, and at Hawkesbury, he's just been so upbeat about the horse, telling me that he's taken that next step, and obviously he has. Yeah.
One of your mates is in the bad books after the phone call there, but it's nice when your phone's ringing post-race because it generally means that you've won. Well done to you. I mean, this is a horse that I wouldn't say is always the cleanest away, but if you can burrow through and lead and you get your own way, geez, it's hard to catch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to Rach going out. I said, ideally, 1100 I thought would have been a better start for him today, but this is what represented. I said to Rach, look, he won't begin like a 1,000-metre horse, but he does muster like one. So I said, lead outside the lead, and done the job.
Certainly did. Congratulations to you. Well done.
Thank you, Tar.
Yeah, Boss, a fantastic winner, has done a great job there. And just having a look through the record, that's now 3 wins in 10 career starts for the 4-year-old son of Dawn Approach. Second up from a break. The first 2 runs last preparation were probably the 2 best for that prep. The first up win at Port Mac was good, and then went around on the Beaumont track there and gave them an absolute flogging. Bonjour Rupert, who ran second on that occasion, Ali, is no mug, so to put a margin on then second up, was a nice sign last prep, and this second up run's been good too.
Yeah, and he's a big, strong horse. Even when he was coming back in for H, then he was absolutely charging as he came back in for her to weigh out. So we'll have a chat to Rach and get her thoughts on him. He's obviously progressive and on the up off that win. Well done, Rach. Nice job.
Yeah, he's just saying to Adam, he's a lovely horse. He just moves well, he carries himself well, he's a pleasure to ride.
Yeah. And he was coming back in and he looked like he still, even when you were coming in just now, he looked like he still had plenty in the tank.
Yeah, he did. It actually took me a little bit to pull him up, but he's just a lovely, straightforward horse. Like, he jumps well, he put himself there, he was able to use the nice gate today, and the ones from the outside had to do a bit of work to try and get across, and just always sort of able to hold them, and gave a really good kick on the turn.
Well done.
Thank you.
Burning needs the last to move in. 8 mares, 2 fillies, and they're about to do battle in the first of our consecutive mile races on the card. Locked and loaded. There's the light. Good to go. They're off and racing now. Love the Invasions and Good Omens have jumped well, and outside are being sent forward. Mystic Mermaid handy with John Darmery whipping around the outside. In advance of Irish Red, followed by his Falling Down, then Burning Need Endorphins, and the favourite 1,000 Years is a conspicuous last. Still a good battle up front. Good Omens on the rails trying to hold out Love the Invasion, and John Darmery sent forwards, able to ease in and get on the heels of the second horse and get a bit of cover now by the looks of it in advance of Mystic Mermaid. Outsider back to 5th position now as the field strings out a bit. 2 lengths further back to Irish Red. On the outside of Endorphins then came Burning Need from his Falling Down. 1,000 Years about 12 off the leads last of all. So Good Omens did a bit of work there to hold the front. Good Omens in front by a length to Love the Invasion, who really did the attacking early. 2 off to John Darmery, racing on the outside of Mystic Mermaid. 2 lengths to outsider, then Endorphins on the rails. Further back to Irish Red is Falling Down now. 1,000 Years is starting a run, cut loose by Clipperton, and back to last is Burning Need. Good Omens leads at the 500 metres, a length and a half on Love the Invasion, who's flat to the boards. Then Mystic Mermaid, John Darmery, outsider going to the outsider runners, and 1,000 Years is getting onto its back. Good Omens swings the corner, 2, 3 in front. Mystic Mermaid pinch ground on the inside, going to a clear second. Outsider Whiteout's running on, and Endorphins making some ground. Good Omens at the 200, 2 lengths clear. Mystic Mermaid flat. Endorphins outsider running on. Good Omens in front, knocking up. Endorphins outsider hitting the line well, but Good Omens had just enough gas in the tank to see it out. Good Omens a brave on-pace victory from outsider, and a headaway third on the inside, Endorphins, followed by his Falling Down and Mystic Mermaid. Further back to John Darmery. 1,000 Years couldn't get into the race. Then came Irish Red from Burning Need. Love the Invasion, who really attacked early. Came off second best, finishing last.
Good Omens took luck out of the equation, went to the front and has proven too strong late. Congratulations to Brad Widdop and, of course, Amy McLucas as well, claiming the 3 and didn't that 3 kilos tell late over the mile. Here it is, time for the Miners. To my eye, it looked as though Outsider and Endorphins were in that photo, and it may well be in that order. The 7 Mystic Mermaid in for 4th, and I thought the run of the 5th horse, Is Falling Down, was good. Had a little bit of traffic congestion to deal with at the top of the straight, but found the line really well. So by the looks of the low angle there, it'll be 4, 9, 10 and 7. Shani?
Yeah, great ride there from Amy McLucas, another on-pacer galloper saluting here today. So you do want to be up in that first half, and Amy was able to control the race, and she's just been able to hold on there over the 1600. So this mare's in really nice order. I thought Outsider, she settled, they wanted to ride her a little bit closer today, or replicate what they did when she early on in the preparation. She actually settled in, probably just in behind them on midfield there, and I thought she rallied to the line nicely. So she's going well. Endorphins made up nice ground, and Mystic Mermaid had every possible. She landed in a good spot, just didn't have the dash that I thought she might. So 4, 9, 10 and 7, but all honours with Amy and Brad.
Absolutely. 4, 9, 10 and 7. Well done to Amy. $5.30 and $1.50 about Good Omens, and that's career victory number 5 at start number 22.
Correct. Rosie.
All right, Rosie's about to join me from the team there for Brad Widdop at Hawkesbury, and managed to lead throughout. That was a great performance.
It was a great performance and a great ride from Amy. She it was a bit of a battle up front early on, but she didn't panic and rated her really well.
I mean, this girl, she's built a really nice record. In fact, both of them have, to be honest, but I speak of the horse. As soon as you get your own way up in front, she's capable of just toughing it out late. The 3 kilo claim helped too.
Definitely did. She hasn't got a massive zip on her, so she grinds away, and she was able to sort of get that early sort of split up the straight and just ran away from them.
Stole the margin and kept the margin. Well done to you.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations to Rosie and the team at Brad Widdop's stable. Over to you, Ali, with a very happy Amy McLucas, I'm sure.
No, well done, Amy. You're able to control proceedings out in front.
Yeah, definitely. She began well, and I just used the gate, and I got a nice little sit out in front, and I went quick early and sort of spread the field out so they'd get their positions, and got a little break from the 1,000 and just let her roll from the 600, and she was too strong.
And she's been unlucky in previous runs as well, so you had that early intent to get forward.
Yeah, exactly. You go forward and you take luck out of the equation.
Where could we see her next?
Oh, look, see how she comes through this, and she definitely runs the mile out to a T, so I think the mile's sort of her for now.
Beautiful. Nice to see you riding winners on a Wednesday.
Thank you.
With Zach Lloyd in the saddle. Zach was successful the day he won his maiden, and he has won 3 out of 4 now this preparation. So we're ready to go. There's the light. Racing, main stage jump well off the inside, but there's a swarm coming across. The Milky Bar Kid having a pop for the lead. The replicant there as well. Ruby Flyer slicing through the middle, and Reoffender eases back to 5th. In advance then of Royal Zeller. Whipping up on the inside as Olympic Gaze, improving in advance of Alfano. A length and a half further back to the Irish Import start line, who parks on the outside of Just a Brother. The Milky Bar Kid went down to the rails to take the lead. The replicant on the outside goes to second. Main stage resuming today with a sit-in third on the inside of the favourite Ruby Flyer. Couple off then to Reoffender on the outside of Olympic Gaze. They're followed well back in the field then by Royal Zell on the outside of Alfano. 2 lengths away to start line, and a neck back on the inside to Just a Brother. Down the side of the course now at the 800 metres, the Milky Bar Kid, a narrow leader from the replicant. Main stage leaders back third inside Ruby Flyer. 2 off to Olympic Gaze, then came Reoffender. A gap to Alfano from Royal Zell. These back back markers aren't getting into it as they race inside the 600 metres. The Milky Bar Kid is a narrow leader from the Replicant who sticks to the task. The favourite Ruby Flyer still travelling on the bridle, coming off heels as they come around the turn. It's the Milky Bar Kid and the Replicant. Ruby Flyer chimes in on the outside, and quickly the favourite moved up Ruby Flyer and put pay to the inside two runners. Ruby Flyer a length now on the Replicant, followed by Olympic Game, and then came further back to main stage. Ruby Flyer in front of Olympic Gaze. Ruby Flyer a half in front in the shadows of the post, and the favourite's home, Ruby Flyer, by a length and a quarter to Olympic Gaze. Main stage third, then the Milky Bar Kid and the Replicant. Further back, just a brother from Alfano, Royal Zeller, Start Liner, and last of all was Reoffender.
6, 5, 1 and 2. Zach Lloyd claws one back in the Apprentices title, and Ruby Fly gets yet another win on the board. That is 4. This preparation from 5 runs, and as mentioned in the pre-race interview, that Warwick Farm run was a complete forgive, but 4 from 5, absolutely airborne, Ruby Flyer. Olympic Gaze is stuck on so well in for second at $5 a place, if you don't mind. A main stage has done well there, the toppy running in for third, and I thought the Milky Bar Kid was all right in for fourth, just warming up late. But again, as we heard from that pre-race interview, a couple of races back with Adrian Bott, just going to find that 1600 a touch sharp. Ruby Flyer, very good though.
Very, very good. Landed in a beautiful spot, had a perfect trail in behind them and was absolutely bolting coming to the turn. The support was there. It had come for him from the moment the markets first came out a couple of days ago, right up until start time, and he's been able to put his 4th win from 5 runs this preparation. He's certainly heading in the right direction. Olympic Gaze, he's run out of his absolute skin. He's never ever done anything second up. He's always needed a few runs to get out to a bit of a trip, but he's run an absolute bottler here second up. Main stage in 3rd spot. It was a brilliant first up record, first up run, I should say. He just wants a little bit further in the trip. And the Milky Bar Kid, to be honest, you didn't want to be on him from probably the 600 metre mark. He looked like he was in a little bit of a bother there, but to his credit, he's stuck on okay. So wait for him to get out over a bit of a trip. So 6, 5, 1 and 2, and he's building a nice little record, isn't he?
Absolutely. I love the run of the second horse too. Olympic Gaze is a horse that got up over 2400 last preparation, has won up to 23, so to run on like that second up over the 1600 is a lovely sign. But I'm sure as Jason put his head on the pillow last night and drifted off to sleep, this would have been the exact dream he had. 1-1 and then peeled out and too good.
It was just textbook, wasn't it?
It was fantastic, and Zach's done a brilliant job there, but also this horse is airborne. You guys have done a great job. 4 from 5 this prep. You can't do much more.
No, he's a great little horse. He's quite honest. I trained his mum and she was exactly the same, and he's got a lot of attributes that she had.
One thing I liked is, yeah, sure, you 1-1, you peel out, you get the run of the race, but when the race is there to be won, you can just find that extra length or two that other horses struggle to.
Yeah, 100%. When the Perry horse was outside and it's gaining, I was thinking, oh, I hope he's not going to get tired here, and it's almost like he just knew it was there and he just kicked on again. It was good to see.
Yeah, he was just kidding to them. Gave them a sniff and then said, no, not today. Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Jason Attard and Lucy Keegan-Attard watching on from home. Zach Lloyd claws one back. Ali, over to you.
He's coming back, and I think he's closing in on the premiership now. Zach, you rode him like the best horse and he duly saluted.
Yeah, he's a very nice horse. He's really made his way through the grades nicely. Very happy to get a win for Jason and Lucy in town. Obviously, they've been great supporters of mine, obviously, when I first come here. So to repay them with a win in town, it's a great feeling.
Closing in on that premiership, are you keeping track of it?
Yeah, 1-1 today, of course. Yeah, we're fighting out nicely, and it's close. So it's a great battle, and whoever wins, it's job well done.
Certainly keeping us all entertained as well. Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
I Am Lethal, our last race favourite. Tom Sherry looking to bookend the card. Now we're set. racing in the last at Warwick Farm, and there's a pretty good line out overall. Star Impact has jumped well. Powerful Peg being sent forward on the outside, so they're the two leaders. Go Troppo is going to park right behind them, followed by Able Willie, then Nana's Wish on the rails. Yukon out deep, drifting back through the field now. They're followed then by Damaged, I Am Lethal, and a couple of lengths further back to Real Peace on the outside is Charlemagne. Star Impact takes the lead now, a length on Go Troppo, and then came Powerful Peg the outside, sliding forward. Further back to Nana's Wish. There's a real clump of horses there. Yukon, Able Willie, I Am Lethal in the middle of the ruck, followed by Naval Warfare from Damage. Real Peace and Charlemagne's last of a bunch field. 650 metres to run. Star Impact a length in front to Powerful Peg. Then Go Troppo, Nana's Wish, I Am Lethal stoked up trying to improve. Able Willie in the middle of the pack there. Yukon deeper out. This is a keenly competitive go in the last of the day. Star Impact being eyeballed by Powerful Peg. Able Willie into the clear. No excuses. I Am Lethal not going well. Got the head up under pressure. It's an awful watch there. Yukon's coming down the outside. Powerful Peg darted 2 lengths clear. Nana's Wish behind. Go Troppo. Then Real Peace. Charlemagne with a big run late. Powerful Peg in front though. Powerful Peg will win the last. Great go the Miners. Real Peace wide out and Nana's Wish. They're the two. Charlemagne just missed a place, followed by Go Troppo. Able Willie disappoints again. Then came Star Impact from Yukon. Naval Warfare Damaged, and I Am Lethal's turned in a shocker, finishing last.
6, 9, 13 and 7 to my eye. Dylan Gibbons takes out the Jockey Challenge today and picks up another victory, extends his lead back to 2 in the Apprentice's title. Powerful Peg, who has been settling in behind a few runs this preparation and hasn't quite had the tempo or luck to bring it into the race. They removed all luck today. They set up the speed and they kicked clear in the straight. 7, 10 and 2.30. Real Peace in for second, has run an absolute bottler there for Clary Connors and Reece Jones. It's tight for the Miners, but I did think that the 13, that being Nana's Wish, was just going to stick the beak down in time to nut Charlemagne for that third spot. So to my eyes, 6, 9, 13 and 7. Shani?
Yeah, Powerful Peg, she was ready to peak third up. She sat outside of Star Impact there and she just couldn't get across, but it was a real credit to her. She dug deep and she was able to win third up into the campaign. Real Peace, well, I didn't think he'd be able to do anything for a couple of runs, but he's been very eye-catching into second spot and he pays really well. Third, I think Nana's Wish possibly. To be honest, she was absolutely bolting on the turn. I thought she'd just peel off their backs and win. She didn't quite do that. Maybe she just needs another run there. And Charlemagne, another honest effort from that horse there, that gelding. But all honours with Powerful Peg. Third up, got the chocolates.
Yeah, we saw last preparation what this horse was capable of, and the pre-run trials were absolutely brilliant before that first up run. And I thought this will be the biggest prep of this horse's career. The first 2 runs, I guess the writing was on the wall that they were building, but today at least we saw that franked with a nice win for Powerful Peg, albeit maybe ridden to the conditions more than ridden to how she'd prefer to have it. A nice on-speed performance there. We haven't seen her in that role as much, but she's put them away nicely.
She did. It was a good tough win. She probably awarded no favours. She had to do it a bit tough, but yeah, it was great. Great result.
I was mentioning post-race that her trials in the lead-up to this prep were really good, and even the runs, they've all had merit, but just circumstances been against until now.
Yeah, certainly. She actually, when she spelled, she came back a much bigger horse than she ever was before, and I think it's just taken a couple of runs for her to get to this peak fitness. I mean, last run, she came out of a pretty brutal race last start. They went very quick. They were just outside the class record, so I'm sure that held her in good stead for today's run.
Any ambitions from here on in with her?
I'm sure Chris will have something in mind, but he'll just keep putting her through her grades and hopefully she keeps doing this, winning.
The Apprentice rides okay, doesn't he?
Goes okay, yeah.
Well done to you. Thanks very much to Cam Swan there. Dylan just waiting for a photo. Could have a few photos at the end of this season. Ali, 2 ahead now in the Apprentice's title.
He's a very popular man, and Dylan, you're climbing further and further ahead there.
Yeah, I've got to get ahead of him while I can. You know, you can easily put 4 together, so I'm not dropping my guard yet.
He's certainly on his game too, it would seem. So is this girl. She was super today.
Yeah, exactly. I was glad she got the job done today, because every time I come back I just kept saying things haven't gone away, and she was probably just that run behind. And gee, I'm glad we don't work too much on a circle. I've never been in the middle of the track for so long. The more we thought we were going to get across, more everyone just kept their heads there, and I didn't want to go when I did, but had to push the button at some point, and to a credit, you know, she normally gets a bit lost in front, but loved the way how she fought late.
She looks like she's quite versatile too.
Yeah, she is. She's become more and more of a pleasure to ride. So I think when the time's right, you'll be able to take a sit on her. But today, tried to take luck out of the equation and nearly caused a bit of bad luck, but it worked out.
Well done, Dill. Keep kicking.
Thank you.